Welcome in guys to a recap every single NFL team for the 2021 season, and we're back again with the last team in the NFC South, the New Orleans Saints 2021 season. Now you look at the New Orleans Saints and you always knew that that time was going to come past Drew Brees. Obviously Drew Brees the last couple of years wasn't the same Drew Brees of a couple of years ago, and he retired in 2020 as we all know. But this season, the 2021 season was, I understand it was a rebuilding job, but this was a real, like, you could tell that they missed that stability at that quarterback position because they had four quarterbacks. They had Ian Book, who even had a game on primetime TV. This was an Ian Book that was undrafted in the draft last year, and he got a primetime game against the Dolphins. You got Jameis Winston, who was injured for most of the season, but he's re-signed again. I'll talk about that later on. The defense is getting older, but it held its own, I guess, in defense. You had 17 yards per game. Then you was above 500 yards, and then you still made it to the playoffs though. Like, this was a team with Sean Payton that still made it to the playoffs, and this was without a recognized quarterback. Like, you changing quarterbacks. Your offense needs work in this offseason. You're over the salary cap. Sean Payton is gone after 16 years, so this is a lot of big transition going on in New Orleans. That now Sean Payton has now gone. Drew Brees went the year after, and Sean Payton's like, that's it. It's a big rebuild job. I'm not going to be a part of that. Dennis Allen, who's the defensive coordinator, has got the job, and let's see how he does with it. But they had this whole thing with Kamara that he missed a couple of games, but he didn't miss when he was knocking somebody out in the Pro Bowl. Allegedly, I want to say allegedly before anybody comes at me. But they had Michael Thomas, who missed the whole season. The offensive was first in passing yards, 10 in passes reach. Then it goes to the last game of the season, and they still had a chance to even make the playoffs. The last game of the season, but ultimately they fell short and didn't make the playoffs. The regular season it was 5-8. And then I want to talk about a couple of the free agents that they have. So they have Tyron Armstead, who's gone to the Dolphins now. At this point, it's better that you didn't re-sign him. Marcus Williams has gone to the New England. He's gone to the Ravens. And then you have Ty Montgomery, who has gone to New England. Tre'Quan Smith has gone to, as I'm recording this, he's still a Saints player. You have Devontae Harris, who is a free agent. But you need a wide receiver. You need to work on the offensive line, and you need a quarterback. Now, who would you get at quarterback? I mean, you've signed Jameis Winston, but I would still go for that rookie quarterback. Maybe Kenny Pickett, or go for a Kenny Pickett or a Matt Corral, and build around those guys. Because if you wait till 2023, is the quarterback class going to be better than, or is it going to be worse than it is 2020? So you've got to take a gamble now. And then for points allowed, there was 364, which was 19th out of 32. Fourth points against, it was 4th out of 32. And they need a quarterback before they even think about the offensive line. They need a quarterback because Tom Brady's back with the Bucs, and that NFC South is wide open. Like, you have Buccaneers first. They're going to definitely win the division, but second to fourth is wide open. Whoever's going to get that position, because, like I said in my Carolina video, you've got the Panthers who are in transition, Atlanta's in transition, The Saints are now in transition, so a lot of things, but they need a quarterback. The most important thing they need is a quarterback, a wide receiver, offensive line, and till they get any of those, they're not going to be going to a championship game. But you look at Sean Payton's time. He spent 16 years in New Orleans. He changed. Him and Drew Brees changed the culture in New Orleans with them getting to that NFC Championship game. I know they lost to the Bears, but Bears football. Yeah, that was under Lovie Smith, but they got to an NFC Championship game. They lost to the Bears, and then 2010 he gave them the first ever Super Bowl, beating a Peyton Manning team. So credit to them. I know Drew Brees is one of the top 5 greatest quarterbacks of all time, and it amazes me that he only got one Super Bowl ring, but he did, and they're gonna have to think about how they're gonna transition past Drew Brees, and Jameis Winston isn't gonna be the option. He's a good stopgap, but you need that quarterback in the draft. Are you gonna get it? I don't know.